Hey everyone, this is Sway with the Uncommon Weddings. I'm here with my good friend Rico Rivera. He is a realtor here in Sacramento, California. And today we're actually at one of his properties that he recently sold. But more importantly, today we're talking about home buyer tips for all of our previous couples. So before we head inside, tip number one actually has to do with location, right Rico?
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell me about location. Why is that so important when you're buying a home?
So it's very important for the resale value, but it's also very important for whoever you are, right? So for example, if you have kids, you might really want to be at a really good school district. If you have pets, you might want to be next to a park, you know? If you like walking, you might want to be next to grocery stores. And or if you're very sensitive to noise, you might not want to be next to the railroad or next to
a freeway
or something like that. So location is amazing for the resale value, but also for your personal use.
Perfect, love it. Okay, Rico, so tell me why it's so important to choose the right real estate agent and make sure that you're making the right decision on who you choose.
So let me give you a little analogy, right?
Okay.
When you go to the doctor and you need surgery, what do you use?
The best doctor.
Yeah. And when you go to the dentist, you use the dentist, right?
Yep.
So why would you use a part-time real estate agent to purchase the biggest purchase of your life?
True.
Right? And that's a big mistake that I see happen when somebody uses their uncle that's a part-time real estate agent or realtor, or their cousin or their best friend, because they're not professional and or they're doing it part-time.
That's a really good point. I think a lot of people overlook that.
Yeah, sure. Big time.
Okay, so we are in the kitchen for our third tip. But before we dive in, we got some cookies, and we're gonna warm these up during our third tip.
Yes.
Okay, so Rico, down payments. When you're buying a home, obviously a huge, huge investment. Tell me like the biggest misconception when it comes to down payments.
So the very biggest one is the fact that a lot of people think that they have to have 20% down to be able to buy a house.
20%, so that's not
true at all.
20%.
No. There's programs out there, 3.5%. There's
3.5. That's a big difference.
3.5%. Yeah.
Okay.
So 3.5% programs, and there's a bunch of other programs too. And if you have great credit, you can even do it as low as 3%. And then, I mean, there's tons of assistance. So if you really are thinking about buying a home, you should absolutely hit up a realtor, talk to him first so they can tell you who to go through for your lender.
Yep.
And then you can figure out whether or not buying a home is something that you should be able to do right now, or do it in 6 months, or do it in a year.
Versus years from now, because they're waiting for the 20%.
Correct.
Perfect, awesome, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, so with that being said, I think the cookies are done. Alrighty, what do you think, Rico? Want one?
Let's try them.
Let's go. On to tip number 4. Here we go, so tip number 4, what is it?
So what I always recommend my clients do, once they find a house or a neighborhood they like, I always tell them, go in the morning and check it out. Before school, go in the afternoon, go in the evening, just so you can see what the neighborhood is like while you're gonna be living there. Also, on the weekend. On the weekend is when most people are home, and so you realize who has kids, who doesn't have kids, is there dogs?
Who's playing outside, what dogs are barking.
Exactly, all that good jazz.
Okay, awesome.